Let's solve some questions with limits because there has been some request. So I chose some relatively harder questions just to make sure we get those. For example, here you see we have this limit and we have a negative ln, and inside we have minus x. So it's not the most easy one. And let me show you my thought process when it comes to logarithms and negatives, because the best way to get it is to understand what is the actual result from a logarithm, is to play with a calculator. So for example, if we give an example to x approaches 0 from the negative side, meaning that x is going to be very, very small negative value, let's say minus 0.0001, for instance. So let's substitute it. That would be minus ln. We keep the minus from this one, and now x is minus 0.0001. So let's substitute that, minus 0.0001 divided by what do we have here? Minus 0.001 square. Well, that's almost 0 square, which is almost 0, so we can estimate it by 0, plus 2 times, again we can estimate it by 0, plus 2. Now what do we have? We have minus ln of, we have minus 0.0001 becomes positive, so it's ln of 0.0001 divided by 2. What is ln of a very small number when the number is between 0 and 1? So if we have between 0 and 1, the logarithm of that value is less than 0. So this result over here is gonna be negative, and the actual value is gonna be almost minus 9.2. This is the result. Now we also have the minus from in front. Let me keep that. Minus 9.2 divided by 2. Minus with minus is going to convert into a plus, so we have 9.2 divided by 2, it's a positive value. Now why did I do it with an example? Is because if we put even a smaller number into x, if we put values with more zeros, the result is becoming even more negative over here. With the negative in front is becoming a higher positive value. So if we add more zeros over here, then the actual result on the top of our fraction becomes very, very large. And how do we express a very, very large number? We express it through infinity. It shows that it tends to infinity because that's what we're showing. The limit is not an actual value that we touch, it's a tendency. Where are we approaching? We're approaching a very large number, which is infinity, divided by 2, and it's still gonna be a very large number. So the result would be positive infinity. I hope this makes sense, and let me just give you the way to understand this. Play with the calculator. Give some examples and see the pattern. The more negative, the smaller the value in here, in the input of the ln, the more negative it becomes. With the negative in front, it becomes positive, so it approaches a high positive number. In the next video, we'll solve one more. We're done.